31. This is your forecast first.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm meteorologist Rachel Case. But first, your news starts right now.
Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 5.
We start tonight with developing news. 7 people are dead after a plane crash in rural Bloomington this morning.
We're bringing you team coverage with all the latest details. WMBD has confirmed the names of those killed in the crash. They include Tori Ward, Aaron Leach, Terry Strelo, Scott Bittner, Andy Butler. Our news partner WJBC Radio has confirmed the names of Jason Jones and the plane's pilot Tom Heilman. We'll bring you more on those who lost their lives in just a moment.
First, though, here's a look at the location of that crash site. It's a farm field about 2 miles east of Bloomington, about a half a mile north of Route 9. This is where several local, county, state, aviation, and federal authorities are still investigating. WMBD's Jacob Peklow has been following this story since early this morning.
Details of the investigation have been scarce, but here's what we have been able to be told so far and have confirmed so far.
Authorities are slowly but surely learning more about a crash that happened in the early morning hours on a cause of the crash.
Now, even though many believe the fog was a factor in the crash, authorities are saying it's too early to speculate. Sheriff's deputies tell me they couldn't even see anything when they initially drove by the wreck.
Now, a press conference will be starting in just a few minutes, and we hope to have more answers after that. WMBD's Hannah Hilliard continues our team coverage tonight.
She has more on those 7 who lost their lives early this morning.
A fun night of basketball for a group of 7 was supposed to end here at the Central Illinois Regional Airport, but it didn't end here, and now we're starting to learn more about those 7 victims involved in the plane crash. Among the 7 dead, the pilot, Tom Heilman. Now, we'll continue to follow this story, and as we learn more, we'll be sure to update you. But for now, reporting in Bloomington, Hannah Hilliard, WMBD 31 News.
The president of Illinois State University releasing a statement this afternoon on the deaths of Ward and Leach. He says both men were well-respected and much-loved colleagues in our athletics department. I join with Redbird's athletic family and the entire campus in mourning the loss of these 2 men and the others aboard. Words cannot fully express the grief that is felt in the wake of such a tragedy. We are now joined by WMBD Sports Director Kurt Pegler.
Kurt, what do these losses mean for the ISU community?
Well, guys, it is an incredibly sad day at Illinois State, especially within that athletics family, with 2 athletic department employees identified as victims in that plane crash. Tori Ward has been on the ISU basketball coaching staff 3 seasons, elevated to the associate head coaching position last year. He's the coach credited with improving the Redbirds' post players. Aaron Leach was in his 2nd tour of duty at ISU, involved in fundraising, marketing, corporate sponsorships from 2005 to 2011. He left briefly and then was brought back to ISU 2 years ago to take his current job as Deputy Director of Athletics in charge of external affairs. Athletics Director Larry Lyons called the 37-year-old Leach a, quote, shining star in the business with a gift for dealing with people and building relationships. He also spoke highly of Ward, saying that the 36-year-old was a big part of the ISU success taking place within the basketball program. He had a big personality and was a talented coach and recruiter, and Illinois State's fans loved him. Tori Ward survived by 2 young children, Aaron Leach by a wife and 2 young children.
All right, Kurt, thank you for that. To recap, a private plane crashed early this morning near Route 9 in Bloomington, killing everyone on board. 7 passengers were returning from the NCAA championship game in Indianapolis, heading for the Central Illinois Regional Airport. Wreckage was found around 3 this morning. Investigators are still working to determine the cause of that crash.
Northwoods Mall has been given an all clear after a reported bomb threat this afternoon. Police swept through Macy's and JCPenney's but did not find anything. Shoppers are now allowed to come and go from the stores freely. The police department is continuing their investigation.
Search continues tonight for the suspect in a deadly armed robbery. Happened around 10 o'clock last night inside a gas station store in Bayview Gardens. That's in Woodford County. We don't yet know the identity of the victim. This is some surveillance video taken from last night. The suspect pulled up in a Dodge Dakota Sport pickup truck with the word sport written on the passenger side. They're looking for a white male, medium build, about 6 feet tall. Authorities say the suspect should be considered dangerous and he's believed to be carrying a gun. Anyone with information should call 911, the police, or the Woodford County Sheriff's Office. That number 467-2375.
Well, WMBD is your local election headquarters, and today voters are out at the polls. While this April election day isn't as big as others, there are important local races. Seats up for grabs include Peoria City Council and Peoria District 150 School Board. East Peoria and Pekin are both voting on a mayor. Voters in Bloomington are picking an alderman for City Council. Both Bloomington District 87 and McLean County Unit 5 have races for school board seats as well. We'll bring you results on these races when the polls close tonight at 7.
Pekin police making more arrests this week as part of the ongoing Operation Copperhead. Diana Hacker and Sean Eaton are the latest to face charges related to making methamphetamine. Two were arrested after police searched a home in Pekin along Tazewell Road. The goal of Operation Copperhead is to crack down on meth abuse in central Illinois.
An arrest is made in connection with a drive-by shooting that killed a horse. We first reported on the incident last Wednesday. It happened in rural Congerville. The Woodford County Sheriff's Office has arrested a boy in connection with the case. He's being held on charges of aggravated cruelty to an animal and criminal damage to property.
Peorians coming together in honor of Mayor's Day. Nationwide event highlights the importance of national service. As part of Mayor's Day, service members helped with a service project at Peoria's Friendship House. Members from Greater Peoria LISC, the PCCEO Foster Grandparent Program, Children's Home, and Prairie State Legal Services volunteered for the event. Spent the day working on landscaping and cleaning up play areas at the Friendship House.
This year we decided instead of just being recognized, we wanted to be recognized and to give back. This year our candidate was the Friendship House of Peoria.
Service members also made meal packets as part of the Our Daily Bread emergency food program and organized clothes for the Dress for Success initiative.
Illinois' public health director is touring the state to make it a healthier place. This week is National Public Health Week. Director Dr. Nirav Shah is meeting with local leaders about improving the health of people living in Illinois. Dr. Shah says building a better public health infrastructure is critical to helping people live longer and more productive lives. He says city planners, teachers, and organizations have to work together to make it happen.
Local stakeholders are really the front line when it comes to public health practice. They are who interacts with the community when there's a disease outbreak, when there's a foodborne illness of some sort. And so it's really important for us to hear about what they're seeing on the ground and how we can integrate those ideas into our overall strategic plan.
Dr. Shah was appointed by Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner in January. The first day of deliberations is over in the Boston Marathon bombing trial with no verdict. The jury is trying to decide the true identity of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. But first, Rachel.
We have some scattered thunderstorm chances tonight and tomorrow night, but a severe threat on Thursday. I'll take a closer look at all of that in your full forecast after the break.